Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to do a what's in my bag and first impressions on the Kirigami set from Louis Vuitton. And I know what you're thinking. The Kirigami set is actually an SLG set. It's not really a handbag. But I had recently picked up the Kirigami set from the latest Game On collection, the Women's Cruise collection. And I actually started using the larger size as a clutch, and I was really impressed. So I know it hasn't been that long since I even picked it up, but I wanted to share my thoughts because that's how excited I was about it, and wanted to share how I use it like a handbag. Ta-da! This is the Kirigami set that I have. It is from the Game On collection, like I mentioned. If you didn't see the unboxing or like reveal video, I will link that above and below so you can check it out in more detail. But of course, the Kirigami set comes with this item as well as the middle size, which is actually in the reverse. Well, it's in the white base. I wouldn't quite call it a reverse. And then, of course, it also comes with the smallest size. I will share some thoughts on these two sizes, but I want to start off with this largest size that can actually be used as a clutch. And I wanted to share everything that fits inside. So when I carry this as a clutch or like a little handbag, inside I have all of my essentials, which is basically, as you can see here, it's not a lot. My keys would also be in here, but my keys are hanging up because I'm inside the home that I use the keys to get into. But I have a card wallet, and I use the like very slim card holders for these because I want it to take up the least amount of space. Then this is like my makeup catch-all. You can see this one's actually really bulky. It has eye drops, band-aids, hair what do you call them, bobby pins and hair ties, lip products in here as well. So this is like my catch-all for everything. And then of course, in the day and age we live in, there's like a hand sanitizer in there as well. So that's typically what I fit inside of here, but I also wanted to share that a phone does fit. So this is my phone. It is the iPhone 11. Not the Pro or anything, and there's like apparently a mini now. I don't know, but this is the 11, and it fits perfectly inside. Of course, I have like a clunky case on it, but it still goes inside there just fine, and there's plenty of room to still put my wallet, which is here, and my hand sanitizer, which is here. I probably, because of the bulkiness of my phone case, if I leave that on the outside, well, I did want to show, like, you can't put it in vertically. You do have to lay it down horizontally, like the flap won't close. So that's something to be mindful of, that it will take up like the horizontal space in here. And because of my phone and how clunky this case is, I don't think my whole catch-all will fit. It doesn't fit, but if I need to, I can take a couple of things out of here and place them individually if I need to. But if I go like this, I can close it, and you can see like it kind of dangles off the side. So a phone comfortably fits inside of the large Kirigami. So that's pretty much everything that I would typically carry when I use this as a clutch. I try not to put too much stuff in it because I don't want it to get too heavy and cumbersome to have to carry. I feel like it would get a little bit annoying if, you know, it's like really heavy. Like I want it to fit comfortably under my arm without me having to like really put in some arm pressure to keep it there. I didn't really expect to use this as a clutch. I am not a huge clutch person. I much prefer bags that have handles or a crossbody strap, something that I can hold on to and something I can kind of make myself hands-free with. And clutches aren't really that. I mean, you can put them under your arm, and I do tend to do that, but you know, otherwise you do need to hold it somewhere. It's not going to attach to your body magically, right? So I'm not typically a clutch person, but I decided to give it a shot and try it out. And I actually really liked it. I was actually really, really pleasantly surprised with how much fits inside. I didn't have to compromise anything. So like when I take out my Fendi pochette, the tiny one I wear is like a crossbody. That one is pretty small, so I do have to take something out. I will just slide my cards in and a tiny hand sanitizer, and I might be able to stuff my keys in there, and that's pretty much it. I can't carry my makeup pouch. Nothing else will really fit in there. I was really surprised I didn't have to really compromise on anything, and all of my essentials fit inside. I feel like that made this really great to take on like a road trip or like in a car ride. So if you know you're running for errands but you're going to be in a car, I feel like this makes it really easy to carry your essentials. You know, you don't have to have it on your body. You can easily put it to the side, pick it up when you need it, and then put it back. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when I go outside with a crossbody bag, like I'm not going to wear my bag while I'm driving, right? Like that's just uncomfortable. And your bag usually will go to the side. Well, sometimes if it's a big bag, you need to put it in the back. You know, if someone's sitting next to you, or you need to ask them to hold it for you. I feel like this is just a really good compact size where you can put your essentials in there. If there is a person in the passenger seat, you can ask them to hold it for you, but it's not like massive, you know? I don't know. I felt like this was actually really comfortable when I was carrying it out as a clutch, and I really did not expect myself to be saying that because I'm not a huge clutch person. So I was pleasantly surprised with that, and it is such a cute print, and I do like that I have it in this kind of print. I feel like it adds a bit of whimsy to your outfit, so I really am stoked that I have the Game On print in my collection in this wonderful Kirigami set. The one other thing I wanted to mention about this size is that I think if you have some sort of strap that can connect to each other, that you could easily thread a strap through it to give yourself a strap. And what I did when I carried this out was, because my phone has this kind of strap here, let me open it up. It's basically, I've gotten a few questions about this, so I will link a few like options in the in the description box below. But it's basically a case that has a crossbody strap on it. And when I wear this as a crossbody, I had this moment where I wanted to be more hands-free. So I just popped open the flap, and then I just like went like this. I literally just put it on this strap, and you can see it's like attached to my phone strap. But I felt like it was actually really convenient to just pop it on there for a second. I was carrying like groceries back in or something, so I needed more hands. But just like how this phone strap can thread through, if you have another strap, any other strap really, that can create its own closed loop, then I think you can do this really easily. I think it's going to be passing, so we're gonna work through this little dark moment. Oh, there we go. Okay, now the sun is back. But I do think if you already have like a Louis Vuitton strap on from like a Bandolier or Speedy or something like that, that you might be able to use something like that to give yourself a strap for this piece. So I did want to mention that in case any of you were interested in this size, you felt like this would be a good piece, but you didn't like that it didn't have that kind of strap option to it, you can make your own strap option if you'd like. Just beware that when you open the flap, there is a chance that the strap will come out because there's nothing holding onto it. So just be mindful when you're using the bag. I'm somewhat used to that, I'd say, because I do that with all of my Chanel walks. I will wear them as a crossbody, but I would also fold them over to make it more like a shoulder length. So I'm used to having the strap kind of tucked in here to give me a different length. And I know to be mindful to maneuver around it to make sure the bag doesn't fall off when I open the bag. But anyway, that is my long rambly way of saying that I actually really like this size as a clutch and as a sort of catch-all. I can imagine this being really, really helpful when we travel again, because, you know, when we're traveling, we tend to have larger bags, like a larger tote bag to put in a lot of things. And I think this will help keep your essentials in one place so you can access them really easily. I did want to mention these two sizes as well. Admittedly, I have not actually used these yet. I think I mentioned in my actual like reveal video that I actually bought these without fully knowing what I'd be using everything for, which again, I don't recommend you make a purchase decision that way. I'd like to have more of a clear idea of what everything is going to be used for as I purchase it, but I really liked the print enough that I wanted to at least get the piece and then figure out. I mean, this one's pretty obvious to use as a card holder. I just haven't really been switching out my card holders. I've been pretty religiously using this one. So of course, cards will fit in here. And I just wanted to demonstrate, this is like a Dave & Buster's card. It's like one of those game places, but cards will fit really easily in here, and actually many cards will. So I would say you can fit a good like 5 cards very, very comfortably, maybe even like 8 cards in here if you really needed to pack it with cards. I think this would also be great if you carry name cards or business cards. I think this would be really great as well. It would fit those, well, as long as you have like a conventional sized name card or business card, then they would also fit really well inside of here. I know it's been kind of trendy for people to have different shapes and sizes for their business cards, so if yours is not kind of a credit card shape, it wouldn't really fit in here. I also think that this would actually be really great for like hair ties, bobby pins, hair clips, things like that, because it is more puffy than your standard like O-case from Chanel that are really flat. So I feel like these would actually house those kinds of items really well, and you can add a lot of them in here without really being concerned that you might damage the SLG. And then another friend of mine on here actually made a wonderful suggestion. And she said for her kirigami, she actually likes to put tea bags in the smallest size. So I brought a couple tea bags with me. These are just like Tazo tea bags. Because I wanted to share that they fit, they actually fit really perfectly inside of here. And so you can always bring your own tea bags with you and use this as the very luxurious case to carry them with you. I think this is great for traveling, honestly, because I like to travel with some tea. That's why you see these tea bags. These are from previous travels, because when I'm traveling, it's usually pretty easy to get hot water or ask for hot water, but they might not always have tea that you like. So I like to carry tea when I travel anyway, and I usually would just like stuff them in the bag somewhere, just like drop a few in there. So now you can also, if you have this small kirigami, you can house them in there. So this middle size is still a bit of a conundrum for me, I think, and I plan, once we are able to travel again, I plan to use this to house my passport, boarding pass, things like that. So important travel documents that I need with me. But I think I will be using this mostly for that. I feel like it's a good size to be able to slide in like a pen and have your travel documents with you. So that's what I plan to use it for. If you guys, if any of you have the kirigami set and you use this middle size for something in particular, can you let me know what you use it for? I'd love to get some additional ideas. I'm a little bit stuck on this one. I mean, I feel like this can be a catch-all as well. In case you're curious, like it does fit a whole card wallet inside, but not much beyond that. And you can't fit it, you cannot fit it vertically again, you have to fit it in horizontally. So once you put the wallet, card wallet in, there isn't that much left that you can fit in there. So personally, I feel like it's a slightly awkward size. That's why it hasn't really found a home in my collection yet, but I'm still happy to have it. I like the white base on this one. So it's just one of those things where I will have it. I'm sure I'll have it around, and then there will be this moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can use this for that. And it will kind of find a purpose that way. I mean, again, that's not my favorite way to shop. I don't like to just have things around and then figure out a use for them later, but this one in the middle is just, for me, particularly odd to try and figure out what I can really use this for. So out of these three, this largest size is definitely my favorite. And then I can foresee myself definitely using this smallest size for cards or catch-all or whatever, like something pretty easy. And then this one in the middle is just slightly the odd one out for me. So again, if you have any ideas for how I can use this piece, please let me know in the comments, and I would love to learn from you. All right, so that's everything. That is what's in my bag and first impressions on the Louis Vuitton Kirigami set. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised with how much fits inside of the large Kirigami, also the small one as well. Because of how puffy they are, because of how 3D they are, you are able to fit a good amount of things in there, which I really like. I love SLGs that are like that, because then there's so much more flexibility in the things that you can add inside of your SLG. Let me know your thoughts on the Kirigami set. Let me know if you have a set or if you're thinking about adding a set. If you're able to get your hands on the Game On set particularly, I highly recommend it, because I think that print is really fun and a bit different for Vuitton. So yeah, if you've been wanting to add a piece from that collection, I think that this is a good way to incorporate that print without it being too loud. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those down below as well, or head on over to Instagram and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new fashion related videos every Sunday and Wednesday. So until next time,